So then, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the parties and events business that you guys do. So is that something that you've really worked on promoting, or is it something that's just kind of come naturally? Or tell me a little bit about your, experience with that.
All of the above. And I probably tell you that we don't promote it enough. And I say that tongue in cheek as my event specialist is walking by. Probably, our since reopening, since all the reopening and the restrictions dropping last March, our event business has taken off as a whole, has been great. But the
Yeah.
event business itself has really kicked off. What we are now seeing are the pandemic parents that we've now called them, with pandemic children that have never had a birthday party.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and that's a
Wow.
very different customer. You
Right.
don't know this until you have this interaction with a parent and they tell you, well, my child never had a birthday party out. And I'm looking, I go, oh, what? The kid's 4 or 5. And
Yeah.
first birthdays might be at a catering hall or restaurant, or mostly at the house, second. But then
Right.
3, 4, 5, they start to do activities. And this is one of them. And so the first interaction people have with bowling is through a birthday party. 1% of kids will tell you the first time they ever went bowling was through a birthday party. And
Yeah.
so we capitalize on that message. It's something that we don't really have to spend too much time and energy focused on promoting. This really is a party venue. Where we spend more time promoting would be corporate parties, adult events,
Okay.
outside of the traditional bowling.
Mhm.
And that grows outside of the regular customer base that's in the building. Hey, my husband's turning 50, my wife's turning 70. I want to have a party. Can we do this? Absolutely. Let's make it happen. And
Yeah.
most referrals come from the parties, the days of the events. And
I see. Yeah.
what's happening recently, which has been fantastic, people are having their parties. They're spending uber amounts of money on food and beverage, and they're having a great experience. And people are seeing, keep that closed, please. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. We can edit it.
I'm watching him try to be really careful opening the door, and he can't open it because the lock you have to turn and pull.
Okay.
And he's like staring at it. He's we've been doing an LED light renovate and swap over, and so they're finishing up. And of course, they're deciding the back office is where they're going to,
Right.
which is perfect. You got it, dude. With your editing powers, you can edit the sound.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Speaking of which, while we're looking at this, what was
Yeah.
the third one that you mentioned? You said it was fundraising, parties and events. What was the third one you're saying is working really well for you guys?
I mentioned youth bowling.
Youth bowling,
I don't know what else I said. I think youth
community
bowling.
involvement. I'm trying to remember because I remember it was a good one. I wanted to double click on that, but maybe we get to it, maybe we don't.
That's right. Use whatever you want. So pick up where we're at. So we're talking about events.
Events, yeah.
So one of the things that we're seeing are parents having these having birthday parties, and I'll use them just as one example, where they're spending a lot more money on food and beverage to add to show off and do whatever they're doing. It's amazing. Party is this. The cakes come in there. They're this big. They're this small. Wonderful. Hey, we provide this venue. Use it. But what we're seeing, and it's really designed around food. Wow, this food is really good. Where did this come from? No, it came from here. No, where do you mean? Where'd you get it from? No, it came from here. These parents are coming in the office to book their own child's party, and then that's one of the first things they talk about. So, because that's what's important to them, but it's
Yeah.
about the kids having a good time, and so their
Right.
children have a great time, and so how do you capitalize on that continuously? So,
Mhm.
storytelling that needs to be more prominent are, okay, that birthday party is one focus, but how do we do all of these other events? And I tell you, when we spend time and energy promotion, it's team building events. It's take your team out. We're even focusing on lunch opportunities recently, sharing with local businesses, local neighborhood discount, come in for lunch. Great. Thank you for being a great neighbor, 10% off your lunch. Also, how do we do some outside catering where we can say, hey, buy lunch for your team and we'll deliver it free? And so it's
Mhm.
not just bowling, but the message of bowling then becomes, oh, wow, this came from the bowling alley. Let's go bowling. Right. And so
Right.
all of those things add up. And we're seeing that success coming to the events where they're here, they're seeing other parties and events. So wait, let's do this. And so to the question, promotion wise, we spend a lot of time and energy promoting children's birthday parties, but have now refocused as a result of the last couple of years on the other events to use this space however you.
Yeah, and the nice thing about those, and I was just talking to Beth Stanley about this to Trainer Entertainment, how the events almost start to act as their own marketing mechanism, because you're not going to have an event with one person. You bring in 10, 20 people, and a lot of times it could be their first time in the center. And now that goes on that, hey, this is something we can put into our short list of things to do on the weekend. And you can gain customers just by, being paid to have the party.
Yeah, so one of the things that Beth will also tell you, people walk through our bowling center all the time and they don't know there's a party going on, right? So they don't know there's a
Mhm.
party going on. That's a problem. So we should be using balloons. And it's one of the things
Mm.
that we all go nuts over. It drives us crazy. The cost of helium, this, that, the other thing. However, we provide a balloon centerpiece for every birthday party. And they buy more,
Interesting.
they
Yeah.
bring their own, but
Yeah.
it's really an opportunity. Hey, there's balloons standing on the concourse somewhere. What are we doing here? They're celebrating a birthday party. There's balloons in the room.
Yeah.
We're forcing that where they might not do it themselves. And so
Yeah.
that is just a marketing tool for you, a very simple one, right?
Yeah.
And it's very visual, no different than people eat with their eyes, showcasing food through photos on menus and actual food on the counters. So how do you get people to see that, to know, hey, maybe I should look for a flyer. Maybe I should get some more information. What's that
Right.
over there? But without that symbol, they don't know. You can't
Yeah.
assume they're going to know that, hey, you guys do this. And I
Mm.
think that's a big challenge in this industry for a very long time. A lot of assumed business. The lead is
Yes.
very
Mhm.
assumed. Okay, great. And then all of a sudden, wait, there's this fall off. Why is this fall? Why is there this fall off? And how do you get through that? And so you can't assume that people know who you are, what you're doing. My dad used to we used to fight a little bit, but he used to say, hey, people know we're here. And at one time that was very true.
Mm.
Today, this community in itself has changed so much where they don't.
Mhm.
So we
People
focus.
move. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people, and we have a very new population that's moved in, focusing hyper local advertising focused on different parts of the region have been important for us. So
Yeah.
how you build on that? But yeah, they don't know. They can't assume they know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's somewhat of an availability bias because, everyone that all your friends, your family, they know about you and your center. But there's plenty of people out there that you don't know who have no idea about your center. So you're kind of biased that you tend to think that people know about us. We've been here forever, but they could be, half a mile down the road and they've never even heard of you a lot of the time.
You know, and what's changed in our industry, when bowling centers close, people stop bowling. So
Mhm.
shame their neighborhood bowling center closes and go, nah, that's it, I'm done. I'm packing it away. When the bowling center that was a mile down the road closed in 2004, we picked up a lot of their business, but their regular league business, some of those people just packed it up and they won't travel a mile down the road to go bowling, which is amazing.
Right.
But that's
Yeah.
happened every time a bowling center closes. And so when you look at that, you go, okay, if they're not coming down the road, then how do I go get them? Do I need to send a bus? Do I need to figure out a way to get them?
Yeah.
Or are they just using that as their excuse to say, you know what, I've done this long enough. I'm done. And that's
Right.
what happens. And so they'll find you over time. They'll come in, or be their
Mhm.
grandchildren or their children or their friends and say, hey, let's go bowling. There's the place. But they won't do it in that regular way because it's different, that new experience.
Right.
They just don't want to. And that's always an uphill battle for us.
Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.